Let me say it loud and clear, views do not pay your bills. Neither do the number of subscribers. What really pays your bills is sales. If you're a course creator stuck chasing vanity metrics versus income, then you are focusing on the wrong thing. My name is Lauren Bateman, and I help YouTubers work on increasing their revenue, not just their views. Because let's face it, we're here to use YouTube as a business. And while getting a lot of views really makes us feel good, if we're not making money, we're gonna get tired of making the content very quickly. Now, my guitar teaching channel has over 550,000 YouTube subscribers, and I've sold over $3 million in guitar courses. So if you are interested in learning how to build a profitable YouTube channel versus a popular one, we can still do both, but the key is to focus on the income, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. The most important thing to talk about from the start is the vanity metric trap. I fell into this trap as well. You get focused on the number of views you're getting on your videos because that's what everyone's telling you. Hey, post more, get more views, get more subscribers, get this, get that. But no one's really telling you to focus on getting sales. All right, I had a friend of mine, he had a video over on Instagram that went viral. And I said, how did that go? And he said, not really that great. He goes, I was excited to have a video go viral. He goes, but I wasn't in the video. It was one of those like funny meme type videos or funny meme reels. And he said, I wasn't in the video and it didn't really do anything to help boast my business or my visibility versus another one of my clients recently. She released a video. It got 1.7 million views and she got a number of leads from that video because she had come to it from a perspective of business. All right. Now we all get caught up in that vanity metric trap, but I would rather you have a video that maybe only gets 100 or 200 views, but gets you 1 or 2 sales versus having a video that will get you millions of views, but make you $0 in selling products or courses. Now, the second thing I want to say is the true metric that we should be following, the true scorecard is sales, okay? Because sales are really what's going to motivate you to keep posting content. Like I said in the beginning, I was really chasing the vanity metrics, the views, the subscribers, and I wasn't really making any money off of it. So after like a year or two, I kind of got frustrated because I'm like, I'm putting in all this time and effort and I'm not seeing anything in return from it. Okay, yes, sure, my videos were starting to get maybe like 200-300 views, which was better than 10 or 20. But I'm like, why am I doing this? Okay, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I want it to be a business. I don't want it to be a hobby. Now, if you're someone that's perfectly passionate and you are doing this as a hobby, good for you, but I'm here to help you make YouTube into a business so that you can monetize it. And let me tell you, when you have a YouTube channel that's earning you $10,000, $20,000 a month because it's helping you sell your products and services, that's going to be super motivating and you're going to want to keep making the content. Now, in order to pay the bills, we have to make content, but we can't just make any kind of content. We have to make the right content. And this is a big thing that I focus on, with my YouTube clients and my business clients and my mentorship is we don't just want to willy-nilly throw anything here over on YouTube. We really want to focus on making content that speaks to our ideal person. Going back to my friend that had that video that got 1.7 million views, we were talking about her avatar and she's a realtor and she's like, I want to talk to brokers, but I also want to talk to sellers and I want to talk to buyers as well. And I was like, those are all very different people. They all have very, very different questions. All right. So I said, with YouTube, you really got to focus down on who is the person that you want to talk to because you're trying to get them into your program. So she has a program that is for real estate brokers to help them, either build an agency or get more sales. And I said, well, then your client on YouTube is not maybe a seller a little bit because maybe they are a broker. I said, but it sounds like brokers are really the people you want to be talking to. And you're going to use very, very different language to speak to that person. So on YouTube, we need to know who our person is. What are their questions? What are their pain points? So on my guitar teaching channel, I really hone in on teaching older adults over the age of 50 how to play guitar. Do I get students that are under the age of 50? Absolutely. All the time. I do. But on YouTube, I focus on speaking to an older adult. So I might talk about joint pain. I might talk about arthritis. Okay. I might talk about these things that I probably wouldn't bring up if I was teaching a 20-year-old, because 20-year-olds typically don't have, back pain, arthritis, they wake up in the morning and their fingers are stiff. That's not a common problem that a 20-year-old has, but it could be a common problem that someone in their 70s have. So these are pain points that I can talk to my students and say, listen, if you're an older adult, starting with these more difficult hand patterns is counterintuitive. And when I teach people, I take it a step backwards to make it easier for you to play being an older adult. And now I'm talking to them and they're watching this video and they're going, Lauren gets me. This is so refreshing. Lauren understands me as a person. She knows what my pain points are. Not that they're saying she knows what my pain points are, but like she understands me. She knows what my problems are, and she's willing to meet me on my level. But now, how does this help us pay the bills? So in that type of video, so one of the videos, my first video that went viral was a video where I taught 4 very, very simple chords. And these chords are meant for absolute beginners and older adults because it's, if you've never played the guitar before, you use your fingers and it's very, very hard in the beginning to move 1 or 2 fingers. It's much harder to move like all 4 of them at the same time. So I teach people very, very simple chords that they can use right off the bat to start playing music. And people were so mesmerized by this concept because 1, they didn't know it was possible, and 2, because no one had explained it to them like that before. Okay, so these are some people who've gone and taken lessons from a guitar teacher who made them feel stupid, all right? And then they go and watch my video and I'm like, listen, let's go slow. My students love that I go slow. I said, let's break it down step by step and let's make it easy. Because I said, for me, the most important thing is that you have fun. Because if you have fun, you're going to want to practice. So people watch this video, and that video made me a lot of money in YouTube ads, but I probably sold hundreds of thousands of dollars in courses because of this video, okay? Now, in our videos, we should have a call to action, okay? Letting them know, hey, I have this freemium, or I have this free course, or I have this training, this webinar, or I actually have this paid course that you can go off and buy. Now, when that video first came out, I didn't have a course yet, so I didn't have a good call to action. But the thing is, the information in that video was so good that people actually went over to Google search, typed my name in, and then course, and they found my course that way. So crazy, but it just goes to show you the power of YouTube and YouTube content when you help people and you really make a change in their life for the better. They will search you out because they have a problem and they believe that you're the person who can help them solve it. Now, I'm just looking at the stats on this video, and I think it's important to note. So this video has over 2 million views, and I got about 42,000 subscribers from that video. And it's like, that's great. I also made about $20,000 in AdSense, which is great for taking a few minutes to record a video. But like I said, the real moneymaker was in the courses. Okay, people buying the courses. So again, yes, I got lots of views, I got lots of subscribers, but what made this video so valuable is that people actually went off the YouTube platform to buy my course. And that's how we pay the bills. So you're saying, great, Lauren, that's awesome, but like, how do I do that with my own content? And that's where you need to go from being a content creator to almost a content CEO, all right, of your own business. I tell people all the time, we're here to build a business, not a hobby. Okay, a hobby is something we do and we don't get paid for it. A business is something that we get paid for. So whenever we're making content here on YouTube, there has to be a purpose behind that content. Okay, there's 3 types of videos that we make on YouTube. One of those happens to be a sales video. If you're interested in learning what the other videos are, I'll put a link up here and you can learn about the 3 types of videos you're supposed to be making. But one of them is a sales video. Okay, but that video has to have one of those aha moments. Okay, that last video I was telling you about with the 4 chords, for people who are learning to play guitar, that was an aha moment. All right, you could be a fitness person and you know, everyone thinks you have to go to the gym for 3 hours a day and blah, 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 blah. And if you came on and you made a video and you're like, listen, all you have to do is consistently give me 10 to 15 minutes a day and I can change your health in the next 30 or 60 days. Some people are like, oh my God, I didn't know I could do that. That's so refreshing. Like, did you know that just going outside and walking counts as movement? Let's just start with movement. So you might have a method that you use or something that you teach people that they're like, oh my goodness, I didn't know I could do that. And you teach that in the video. Okay, people are always like, well, what do I teach people? You teach them the secrets. Okay, give them your best stuff for free, because if you can impress people for free, they're going to go, wow, if this was free, imagine what's in the paid course. And people do that all the time. The reason people buy my course instead of just watching free content on YouTube is they want the structure. Okay, in the course, we give them the application. We give them the structure. On YouTube, we give them the aha moments so that we can start building a relationship with that person. And our hope is that they're going to continue interacting with us. So some videos I might say, hey, if you like this video, go watch this video next. All right. I might not even tell them that I have a course. I might be like, hey, if you want to learn more about this topic, go watch this video over here. And that's my end screen at the end of the video. So that's what I'm saying. Every video you put out on YouTube has to have a sales purpose. Either we're trying to get them to watch more of our content, we're trying to get them to give us an email so that we can email market to them, or we might be sending them somewhere to go directly buy a product and service from us. If our YouTube content is not leading our customer further down their journey, it's just noise. Okay, YouTube is a search engine and people are searching for answers to their problems. And this is what I teach people in my 12-month mentorship. I'm like, you have a customer who is searching for specific questions and they're looking for the answers. These are the best kind of buyers. They know they have a problem and they are actively seeking a solution. And the goal of making YouTube content is that when they type that question into YouTube search, we are going to be the answer on the other side. And hopefully they are going to like us as a person. They're going to like our content and they're going to like how much we helped them, that either one, they're going to watch more of our content, which helps build trust with our brand, and people buy from people they trust. All right. So eventually you grow that relationship. That person now goes over to your website and then they buy your product and service. Now, let me tell you about the hidden cost of ignoring sales. Okay. So I had a client of mine. He was a bass guitar teacher. Okay. And he was making content and his videos were probably getting thousands of views. I think when we were working together, you know, his videos were starting to get like maybe 4,000 or 5,000 views. And he put out this video that I think had a very strong call to action for his high ticket program. Now, this video was made for a very, very specific audience. I think it was made more for jazz bass players, a very, very specific genre of music. And he was like, I didn't get that many views on this video. So compared to his other videos, maybe he got like, 500, 600, 700 views versus like, 5,000 or 6,000. He said, but I sold 2 high course tickets or high ticket courses. And I think, those courses, I think it was around like $7,000 to $8,000, okay, for both of them combined, because I think his program was like $3,000 or $4,000. And I said, would you rather $7,000 in courses Or would you rather 7,000 views? And he was like, I'd rather the course money. And I said, yes. So I don't care that your video only got 500 or 600 views. What I care is that that video actually produced a sale for you. Because his other videos that were getting thousands of views weren't quite yet performing and getting sales for him, because I don't think they had very good, strong call to actions like this video. So it just goes to show you, don't ignore making money on YouTube. And I know YouTube is all about free content, okay? We're giving away a lot of free content, but you need to be encouraging people to work further with you. Being like, if you like what you're learning here, I have an entire program over on XYZ website. I'll put a link in the description below. Go check that out if you're interested, okay? We want to let people know that there is an opportunity to work further with us. You saw in that video that got 2 million views earlier, it didn't have a call to action, but people were actively searching for me because they knew I had the answer to their problem. So make it easy for people to work with you. Just put a link in the description below. You should also be pinning. Your first comment should be pinned with a link to your product or service or your website or your freemium or whatever you're trying to promote in that video. Make it easy for people to work with you. Even in my programs, okay, I give a lot free here, okay? If we talk about my business coaching, I give a lot of free content here on YouTube, but the real transformations happen in the program, happen on the live calls with me, okay? So I had a student, he just posted the other day, or a few weeks ago, his name is Scott, and he's like, this is the first time I've made 6 figures with my online guitar teaching ever. And it's like, that's a huge milestone for someone. I had another student, Daniel, he was a high ticket client, but he wanted to do more of what I did in the guitar world, which was low ticket. And he did his first official launch for a low ticket. It didn't go so good. We tweaked some things. And his last launch, he did almost $35,000 in 5 days, doing an offer that I think was like $197, very, very low ticket. And he was like, wow, I didn't know that this was possible. And those are the transformations. You know, even if you're a fitness coach, you can give so much advice here on YouTube, but the real transformation comes from the accountability of working with that coach. Remember, you have knowledge, and that knowledge is worth a lot of money if you can help people transform. And the transformation is helping people getting from point A to point B or point A to point C. All right, you're helping them along their journey. Okay, that is what we are here for. So the next time you upload a video, ask yourself, where does this video lead? Where am I going to send this person? And if you need help with selling on YouTube, you don't know how to get people from your videos over to your products and services, go watch this video over here where I'm going to show you how I do this in my guitar teaching videos here on YouTube.